Looking back to last week, Friday ended with an important council vote on the county's waste-to-energy plan. Sherry Bracken has more.
Friday saw the most public testimony against the county's plan to burn trash to make energy.
I think there'll be an uproar on this island if 452 is not passed.
Any incineration plan selected flies in the face of not only the county's zero waste, but also the state's clean energy initiative adopted several years ago.
3 companies that specialize in garbage incineration are on the list of finalists for the administration's request for proposals to create a waste-to-energy facility in Hilo. But Margaret Willey, along with a growing number of zero waste advocates and composting enthusiasts, want to put the brakes on.
And I oppose the incinerator because I also think it's a waste of perfectly good trash. We call things trash that are not necessarily trash, we just don't know how to use them.
Therefore, I question the decision-making in the logic of incineration. And when I question the logic of a political decision, I don't like it.
If we incinerate the waste from this island, quietly, silently, we are incinerating the food, the recycled food.
The Council's Agriculture, Water, and Energy Sustainability Committee held a hearing on the measure on Tuesday, June 17th.
We applaud Councillor Willey for her willingness to bring forth this resolution.
My fear is that we're really moving towards a feed the beast mentality.
What do we do with the long-term challenge of addressing solid waste?
Mayor Billy Canoy unveiled his plan to deal with the island's trash in January.
If we can turn that into a commodity and use it as a source of fuel and energy, now we're reducing our dependence on fossil fuel, reduce the importation of fossil fuels. We're creating more energy sustainability at home.
The pressure is on the administration to come up with something. Time is running out on the useful life of the Hilo landfill.
Bottom line is, what do we want? We want to explore all technologies, waste reduction technologies and options.
But the current resolution, introduced by Kohala Councilwoman Margaret Willey, urges the administration to withdraw the RFP and issue a new one that will allow for companies that will, in turn, maximize the output of compostables.
Translating his broad, open statements narrative really did not translate down into the details of the request for proposals, the RFP.
Margaret, I'm happy to hear your concerns, but it was never shared but until the introduction of this resolution.
When the council committee went into decision-making a few weeks ago, the mayor himself appeared to admonish Willey and her divisive legislation.
Procurement is a very strict process, and I asked us to respect it, and the council said, fine, we'll respect it. My entire administration has been instructed that if I find anyone having lunch, breakfast, or a meeting with any potential vendor, they'll be immediately terminated. The council should conduct themselves the same way. Now I want to ask you, Margaret, did a vendor come up to you and ask you to introduce this resolution because they were concerned they might have been excluded? Did somebody approach you to introduce this reso and say, let's stop a request for proposal at the County of Hawaii?
No.
Margaret, I don't know what's in the proposal. I haven't seen it.
The committee sided with the mayor and gave Willey's resolution a negative recommendation.
So any implication that somehow we want to profit or gain through public policy is incredibly offensive.
When I viewed the video of the July 1st meeting, I was flabbergasted. And I want to know, does the county have an anti-bullying policy? Because if not, they need one.
And when I see testimony comes up about the county taking an administration not respecting recycling, it's offensive, Margaret. Do you know how much tons we recycle a day, Margaret, in the County of Hawaii?
No, I can look down here and tell you, but
It's 200 tons, Margaret. Over 100 tons of green waste, over 50 tons of scrap metal, over 50 tons of other recyclables.
I thought that his threat that the county was going to be sued was a scare tactic.
So everybody else who doesn't get it will hire lawyers and spend $1 million to $2 million pursuing that, hoping that maybe they can break that award.
And I just thought that his behavior was not appropriate.
And please do not succumb to the politics of intimidation. We want to respect the people we voted for.
And the full council voted the measure down on Friday. It will likely be up to the next council to decide on the final waste-to-energy deal. Sherry Bracken, Big Island Video News.